Greetings, family. Siemi. Shalom, shalom. Salama to all my brothers and sisters, wherever you are in the world. I hope the Most High is increasing you in all truth, wisdom, and understanding, and that He is prospering you in all your ways and is providing for you, especially in these times that we are in. As you can see, this is an urgent message, and we're going to be covering fear along with I'm going to be breaking down the God gene and what they're trying to do with this virus for those who, with this vaccine for those who don't know. All right, I'm going to be breaking those things down so you can have an understanding of that. So first, we're going to begin though with fear is our kryptonite. All right, I'm going to explain to you how fear is our kryptonite. And for most people who don't know what kryptonite is, it is basically a crystal or mineral that when Superman came in contact with it or it came closer to him, right, just being in the presence of him, it caused him to become weaker and weaker and weaker and lose his power and his strength. All right. So this first part is titled, fear is our kryptonite, because that's exactly what it is to us. All right. Whenever we fear something other than the Most High, it is a kryptonite to us. It is kryptonite to us. All right. And I'm just going to begin with reading something from Proverbs, starting with Proverbs 29:25. Once again, I'm reading from the Brenton Greek Septuagint, and it says, they fearing and reverencing men unreasonably have been overthrown. All right. They fearing and reverencing men unreasonably have been overthrown. So this is, when we talk about fear being our kryptonite relating to Superman, right? Fearing people unreasonably, right? Fearing people unreasonably or fearing the ungodly, those that are wicked, unrighteous. When we fear and reverence those people unreasonably, right? It says that they fearing and reverencing men unreasonably have been overthrown. So we will be overthrown by fearing and reverencing men unreasonably. All right. And it says, but he that trusts in the king or he that trusts in the Father shall rejoice. All right. So we have to understand that we cannot fear and reverence men unreasonably. And now you might be like, well, why does it say unreasonably? Well, does that mean that there's a reasonable reverence and fear of men? Absolutely. All right. When there is, when we look at it, scripture says that we were made in the image and likeness of the Father, right? We were made in the image and likeness of the Father. You can find that in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27, 26 and 27. All right. So because we're made in the image and likeness of the Father, when we are walking in his ways, we are representing him here on the earth. And those are the people, those are the men and women you can fear and reverence reasonably. But when we talk about people who are wicked and evil, corrupt, ungodly, when we talk about those people, those are not people we are supposed to fear and reverence, but we put our trust in the Most High, and he will direct us. Now, it doesn't mean that we just, you know, act uncordial with them. We can still be cordial, but we don't give in to their ways. All right. And we don't fear and reverence them, because the Most High is not with those people. All right. He is not with them in that type of way where we need to be fearing and reverencing them. All right. So he that trusts in the Father shall rejoice. Ungodliness causes a man to stumble. Once again, we don't go into the ways of the ungodly. All right. But he that trusts in his master shall be safe. Okay. So when we talk about fear, I know in the KJV it says the fear of man brings a snare. And that's exactly what it does. All right. Here it tells you more powerfully, though, that those that fear and reverence men unreasonably are overthrown. So that's why I say it's our kryptonite. Fear is our kryptonite. because we are not to fear anyone or anything except the Most High. All right, except our Heavenly Father. We fear and reverence Him, and we fear and reverence those who walk in His ways and represent Him here on the earth. Okay, moving on to Proverbs chapter 8, verse 13. We're going to read 12 through 17, but focusing on verse 13, it says, I, wisdom, dwelt with counsel and knowledge, and I have called upon understanding. The fear of the king, or the fear of the father, hates unrighteousness and insolence and pride and the evil ways. And the ways of wicked men. And I hate the perverse ways of bad men. So this is talking about those that fear the Most High. There's a righteous hate that we have towards unrighteousness and insolence and pride and the ways of wicked men. There's a righteous hate that we have towards perverse ways. All right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody try to hit you with the extra spiritual. There's no hate in love. No, there's a righteous hate in love. There is a righteous hate in love. Because if someone's trying to do something to your family member who you love, yeah, you love your family member, but you hating that individual at that time, right? So there is a righteous hate within love. Okay, so we cannot be, pacified as this Christian doctrine pacifies a lot of its members. Even into the point where it's like you're going to be beheaded for the gospel's sake. Look, I ain't just walking up. I'm sorry, I'm not just gonna be a lamb led to the slaughter. Not for righteousness. Look, I'm fighting for righteousness. I'm standing up for what is right. Because I hate wickedness and I hate evil, and I have my entire being dedicated to the Most High and to what is right and what is good. All right. So we stand for what is right and what is good. All right. I'm gonna continue reading. It says, counsel and safety are mine, prudence is mine, and strength is mine. By me kings reign and princes decree justice. Once again, by me kings reign and princes decree justice, meaning, if you're wicked, wicked kings don't last long. Wicked rulers don't last long. And they most certainly, if you're a wicked prince, justice is going to be hard to decree because your justice is not going to be righteous, right? So continuing, by me nobles become great and monarchs by me rule over the earth. I love those that love me, and they that seek me shall find me. All right. So those that seek wisdom shall find wisdom. Those that love wisdom, all right, wisdom loves as well. So this is very important, as we are to be the saints of the earth. We are to be those that are a light to the Gentiles and a light to the world. We have to stand for what is righteous, and we have to fight for what is righteous. Right now, some of y'all might be saying, well, why are you bringing this out? Right? Why am I bringing this up? Why am I bringing this up? All right. I'm bringing this up because something is about to go down. Something is about to go down in the earth, and we need to be prepared for it. We need to be ready for exactly what is about to happen. All right. So we're going to look at it in Daniel chapter 7, verses 15 through 27. All right. Just so you can see and be ready. All right. It says in verse 15, it says, as for me, Daniel, my spirit in my body trembled, and the visions of my head troubled me. And I drew near to one of them that stood by, and I sought to learn of him the truth of all these things. And he told me the truth and made known to me the interpretation of the things. These four beasts are four kingdoms that shall rise up on the earth, which shall be taken away, and the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. The saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever. All right, now, if you think it's just the kingdom's just going to be handed over nicely, you're sadly mistaken. When it says the saints are going to take the kingdom, it's talking about a war. So for all my brothers out there who are saints of the Most High, for all my sisters out there who are saints of the Most High, there's going to be a war and you need to be ready for it. You need to be ready for it because we are to stand and fight for righteousness. And this passive mentality that we've been given in the church, which is, oh, love your enemy, bless them that curse you, do good to them that uh, hate you and persecute you, despitefully use you, all that. Listen, listen. There's no way you standing and fighting for righteousness, talking about bless those who persecute you, or love those who persecute you. No, I'm sorry. Or pray for those who persecute you, however it goes. No, I'm sorry. At some point, those who persecuted me or who are persecuting me, guess what? I'm coming out against them because I stand for righteousness and I trust in the Most High. I don't fear men. I don't fear men. Whatever weapon is in my hand, you better believe I'm using it to fight for righteousness. So we as a people, we have to understand that this is what the saints of the Most High do. This is what his people do. They fight for what is right. They fight for righteousness. It's not this passiveness that the church gives you to where you just ready to walk under a guillotine and get your head chopped off. Nah, no sirree, not. It's not going down like that. It's not going down like that. All right, we're going to continue in Daniel verse 19. It says, then I inquired carefully concerning the fourth beast, for it differed from every other beast, exceeding dreadful. Its teeth were of iron and its claws of brass, devouring and utterly breaking into pieces, and it trampled the remainder with its feet. And concerning its 10 horns that were in its head, and the other that came up and rooted up some of the former, which had eyes and a mouth speaking great things, and his look was bolder than the rest. I beheld, and that horn made war with the saints. That horn made war with the saints and prevailed against them until the Ancient of Days came, and he gave judgment to the saints of the Most High. All right. So there's a war that's going to be happening with the saints against the saints. There's a war that is going to be happening against the saints. And it says that it's going to be a fierce battle, and we may be on the losing. It may seem like we're on the losing end until the Ancient of Days, which is the Most High. He comes and he gives judgment to the saints. All right. And then it says and the time came on and the saints possessed the kingdom. All right. So this is a battle that the Most High saints are winning. We are winning because he is our power and he's going to be there with us. So we are going to win this battle. But my brothers and my sisters, you got to be ready to fight. You got to be ready to fight against wickedness. You got to be ready to stand up against wickedness boldly and put your trust in the Most High. As the other Proverbs we read, those who fear and reverence men unreasonably are overthrown. So don't fear these people when they try to come wickedly trying to vaccinate you and all that. You have a right to stand up and put your trust in the Most High. Make sure he's on your mind. Who are these, Father? Who are these people compared to you and your strength and your power? Right? Be with me. Protect me. And if anybody tries to come up against you or your household, you have a right to defend yourself and put your trust in the Most High that he will protect you as long as you are defending yourself and fighting for righteousness and truth. All right. It says, I'm going to continue. It says, and he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom on the earth, which shall excel all other kingdoms and shall devour the whole earth and trample and destroy it. And his 10 horns are 10 kings that shall arise, and after them shall rise another who shall exceed all of the former ones in wickedness, and he shall subdue 3 kings, and he shall speak words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and shall think to change times and law, and power shall be given into his hand for a time and a half a time. And the judgment has sat, and they shall remove his dominion to abolish it and destroy it utterly. And the kingdom and the power and the greatness of the kings that are under the whole earth were given to the saints of the Most High. And his kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all powers shall serve and obey him. All right. So the kingdom in the end is going to be given to the saints of the Most High. All right. Who are going to win this battle through the help of the Most High. But you have to be ready to fight and stand for righteousness. You have to be ready to stand and fight for righteousness. All right. And now one of the things I want to go into is to show you why, as I mentioned earlier, dealing with the vaccine and the God gene, right? I want to show you why they are seeking to destroy the God gene, why they are seeking to destroy the God gene, and how they are seeking to destroy the God gene. All right, so I'm gonna play a video for you. This video, I believe, was Bill Gates giving a presentation in the Pentagon, all right, regarding the God gene.
On the left over here, we have individuals who are religious fundamentalists, religious fanatics, and this is the expression, RT-PCR, real-time PCR expression of the VMAT2 gene. Over here, we have individuals. So let me complete. So over here, we have individuals who are not particularly fundamentalists, not particularly religious, and you can see there's a much reduced expression of this particular gene, the VMAT2 gene. Another evidence that supports our hypothesis for the development of this approach. What you see.
All right. So he's talking about this VMAT2 gene. All right. And for those, if you can look over here to the right, you'll see in these little notes section, you'll see it says VMAT2, and then next to it, it says God gene. All right, VMAT2, and then it says God gene in parentheses. All right, now this is basically where, you know, this God gene, right? This is what they're looking at as this is responsible for your expression of your faith and your belief, right? What you're passionate about, right? So when they find that, they look at a certain area of your brain and that's responsible for your pleasures and your thoughts and stuff like that, and they see like, oh snap, this person, when we're talking about religious expressions, it lights up, right? Then they say, okay, then they're trying to do something to basically cancel this out, right? They're trying to come against, they're trying to work against it, right? So I just want to show you that over here, this VMAT2 gene, which is responsible for your religious expressions and beliefs and thoughts and stuff like that, they call it the God gene. All right, now we're going to continue to listen to see what else they're, you know, what else they're planning. Oh man, I want to do that.
What you see
here is by spreading this virus, we're going to eliminate individuals from donning on a bomb vest and going into a market and blowing up the market.
So our hypothesis is that these are fanatical people, that they have overexpression of the VMAT2 gene, and that by vaccinating them against this, we'll eliminate this behavior.
All right, you guys just heard he said by vaccinating against the VMAT2 gene, they're going to eliminate religious fundamentalists, which they're talking about, you know, according to this study, they're talking about people who are, I would say those that are like, what do they say? Like they go to war, you know, for religious purposes or whatever, right? Those who are zealous, I think they're talking about kind of like terrorists, you know, those who, you know, like the guy mentioned, oh, they go on a bomb spree or whatever, right? Those who are zealous for their faith, right? So that's what they're trying to vaccinate against, those people who are zealous for their faith and willing to do pretty much, you know, anything to stand for righteousness or what they consider to be righteous, right? So they're trying to vaccinate, as these men have mentioned, they're trying to vaccinate against that. They're trying to vaccinate against your your religious belief, right? Your passion for your faith.
So we have some very, very remarkable data in this next slide. Here we have two brain scans. These are fMRIs. These are two different individuals with different levels of expression of VMAT2. On top is an individual who's a religious fanatic, an individual, and we've repeated this numerous times, that has high levels of VMAT2. Now, this individual down here who had low levels of the VMAT2 gene, this individual would self-describe as not particularly religious. In each case, these individuals were red.
All right, now I'm gonna stop real quick because I want you guys to see something. Now notice he said, you know, the individual on the top had high levels of this VMAT2 gene, right? And then the individual on the bottom had lower levels. Now, what's interesting is that when you look at this side of the brain, right, where you look at the person on the top and you see that part of his brain in the front lighting up, right? That's the person with the higher levels of VMAT2. Now, notice it's in the right side of the brain. For anyone who has seen the video, there's a video out on YouTube and Facebook where there's a woman who received the vaccine. And what happened is, after she received the vaccine, the left side of her face, she had got, I think it was cerebral palsy or something along those lines, some kind of disease that the vaccine gave to her. And it caused the entire left side of her face to like just like malfunction, right? She couldn't move it. I think she lost feeling in her face and she couldn't move it and certain things, right? Now, it was the left side of her face, right? But if you look at this scan they did of this person's brain, notice it's the right side of the brain that lit up. Now, if anybody knows anything about, you know, brain research and study, they'll tell you that the right side of your brain controls the left side of your body, and the left side of your brain controls the right side of your body. So they're literally attacking something that is dealing with the right side of your brain, because obviously this VMAT2 gene, it reacts in the right side of the brain, right? The right side of the brain reacts to it. So the right side of the brain reacts to it, which means that, of course, you know, if that's what they're attacking, right? If they're attacking that gene, right, then guess what? It's very possible. And as we can see by this woman's, you know, who got messed up by the COVID vaccine, that the left side of her face was messed up. So this just, to me, is it's proof that this is really what they're after in these COVID vaccines, right? But I'm gonna let him go ahead and talk some more about, you know, the vaccines and you know, trying to attack this VMAT2 gene.
Religious text. This individual lit up the right middle frontal gyrus, shown here, and that's a part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious. And when they're read a religious text, what you see is that this part of the brain called the anterior insula lights up. This is a part of the brain that's associated with disgust or displeasure on hearing something.
So you're suggesting I take a CT scan with me when I'm evaluating people to determine whether I put a bullet in their head?
So the data that I'm presenting here supports the concept that we're proposing. And I think that we would not propose to do CT scans or fMRIs on individuals out in the hinterlands of Afghanistan. The virus would immunize against this VMAT2 gene, and that would have the effect that you see here, which is it's essentially to turn a fanatic into a normal person. And we
Okay, so you just heard that they're talking about introducing a virus, right? To what did he say? I forgot the word he used, but he's talking about basically using this virus to change somebody's from A basically to B, what he would consider a normal person, somebody who's disgusted with religious, faith-based beliefs and stuff like that, right? So they're using a virus to do that. Now we're going to continue to listen.
I think that will have major effects in the Middle East.
How would you suggest that this is going to be dispersed? The aerosol?
Well, so the present plan and the tests that we've done so far have used respiratory viruses.
Okay. So the man asked, how are we gonna spread this virus? How are we gonna spread this virus to people? Aerosol? Are we gonna spread this virus through the air? And he's like, nah, what we've done to show that it works is that we've basically inoculated people with a virus and given them shots. That's what we've done in the past that works. That's what we've done, right? And then he talks about a respiratory virus. So using a respiratory virus, which what is COVID-19? A respiratory virus, right? COVID-19 is a respiratory virus, and that is what they are using to try to bring you to a place to where you are not zealous for the Most High and for his ways, that you are not zealous. Why? So wicked people can continue to rule over you. Let's continue.
Such as flu or rhinoviruses. And we believe that that's a satisfactory way to get the exposure of the largest part of the population. Most of us, of course, have been exposed to both of those viruses. And we're...
All right, so he was talking about now using the flu vaccine or the flu virus, which is how they are able to get most of the population in this state of mind, to be less zealous for religious beliefs. And as you can see, religious beliefs, you look in today's modern days, is going out the window. Look at mainstream media, the mainstream world. People don't care. People don't care. You know, everybody's caught up in wickedness and just, you know, people ain't, you know, people ain't tripping. But let's continue. Let's continue.
We're quite confident that this will be a very successful approach.
This is fascinating. What's the name of this proposal?
Yeah, so the name of this project is FunVax, which is the vaccine for religious fundamentalism.
And you have a proposal already?
The proposal has just been submitted, and I think that the data that I have shown you today would support the development of this project, and we think it has great promise.
All right. So it's called FunVax. And basically what they're trying to do is spread it, you know, probably as over the entire earth. Obviously, you can see here they're targeting Afghanistan and the Middle East and certain things, right? But it's to vaccinate against religious fundamentalism, right? People who are zealous for their belief and for their faith, right? So using a respiratory virus, which we know COVID is that, also using the vaccines to vaccinate against that. Why are they trying to do that in this period of time is the question, right? Because more and more people are waking up to the truth. More and more people are coming back to the Most High. More and more people are beginning to reject wickedness and wicked ways. And they look at it as this is going to be a threat. Why? Because people are going to begin to stand for righteousness. And as you can see, there's already people are already attacking the elite and those, you know, coming at them, exposing them about the wickedness they're doing, you know, Pizzagate, you know, pedophile the whole pedophile situation going on, right? Within the government, within Hollywood, all the wicked, you know, the satanic things that they're doing. Because it just doesn't even stop at Pizzagate. I mean, these people are cannibalists as well. You know, these people are cannibalists as well. And so the wicked things that they're doing, they're trying to get people to be in a passive state of mind. And this is why Christianity in the New Testament is so dangerous, because it pacifies you against wickedness. Oh, love your enemy. Bless them that curse you. Pray for them which hate you and despitefully use you and persecute you. Like what? Like, hold on. Last time I checked, when we go to the Old Testament, these people, look, the Most High was unleashing wrath and judgment on these people. He was wiping these people out. And now I'm just supposed to turn and change and just be all sissified and, oh yeah, no, it's okay, and this and that. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. No, don't bring that passive doctrine over here. It's not flying. It's not flying no more. It's not flying no more. And that's what they've been trying to teach us and get us to be all passive with the wickedness that they're doing. Going into continents, bringing Christianity, and then wiping out people, enslaving people, raping and murdering, stealing resources. Oh, but hey, no, pray for us, bless us. You must be out your mind. You must be out your mind. And only somebody who is seriously brainwashed with that doctrine, will stay in it forever. But if you got a mind to question, you're going to start putting two and two together and be like, nope, that was not of the Most High. That was not of the Most High. Because the Most High that I know takes care of the wicked, brings judgment on the wicked, takes out the wicked. His people fight for righteousness, right? But they don't want y'all to do that. They want to get y'all to be passive and just like, nah, just accept their rulership and just, this is wickedness. And we need to be ready to stand against it, folks. All right. So be fearless. Be fearless. As I just mentioned, there's a war coming. There's a war coming against the Most High's people. There's a war coming against the saints. Be fearless. Trust in the Most High. Put your protection, put your protection in His hand, right? Set your mind to Him, that as long as you fight for what is good and what is right, that He is with you. All right, we're just going to go over a couple verses dealing with that. We're going to start in Genesis chapter 15, verse 1. It's become one of my favorite verses. It says, and after these things, the word of the king, or the word of the father, came to Abram in a vision, saying, fear not, Abram, I shield thee. Thy reward shall be very great. All right. Fear not, Abram, I shield thee. All right. So for us, we got to know that the Most High shields us. We put our protection, we put our trust in Him. He shields us. He's our shield. All right. We don't fear men. We don't fear anything wicked coming against us. Now we put our trust in the Most High and we fight for what is good and what is righteous. All right. We are His saints. We fight for what is good and what is righteous. All right. And know that the Most High will be with you. All right. The next one we're going to look at is Judges chapter 6. Judges chapter 6, verses 22 through 23. All right. And it says, and Gideon saw that he was an angel of the king. And Gideon said, the king, my father, or the king, my Elimo, for I have seen the angel of the king face to face. All right. And the king said to him, or the angel said to him, peace be to thee. Fear not, thou shalt not die. So that's a message from the Most High. All right. It says the Most High said to him, peace be to thee. Fear not, thou shalt not die. Fear not. In other words, be fearless. All right. The Most High is with you. Be fearless. You shall not die. This is the mentality we have to have when these people are coming out trying to perform wicked things. We have to trust that the Most High will be with us and send his Malaki, or his Malakim, his angels, to be with us, to fight for us, to protect us from the wicked. You have to trust that and don't allow anybody to come against you. They will see. The Most High, look, you may not see, but the Most High will open their eyes to see that this is my chosen one. You're not touching my saint. I'm with my saint. And it may seem, and they may prevail against some of us, but the Most High is going to be with us. And we know a resurrection is coming. We know the resurrection is coming. It's spoken about in Daniel. All right. So we have to put our trust in the Most High, and we have to be fearless. And the reason why it's so important for us to be fearless, as I was reading the book of Maccabees, right? Judas Maccabeus, when he was going to war, there was a battle he was going to. It was the last battle he was in, right? Out of the many battles that he won. But there was a great army in front of him, and he was ready to fight. He was ready to go, and a bunch of people with him. But then, like, some of the people got scared and turned and fled. They turned and fled. And then he's like, oh snap, like where are these people going? And then everybody else is like, yo, come on, there's only a few of us now. Like, and he's like, yo, hey, the Most High protect us. He got us this far. He'll be with us. You know, whether we survive it through him or we go out in this moment, right? It is what it is. And so he went out and fought. But the entire time he was fighting, he always put his trust in the Most High and was fearless, and he conquered. You know, and it wasn't until that battle when a bunch of them got scared when they probably could have won. All right, his time came to an end. But there's no time to be fearless because the Most High will protect us. I'm talking about these. They went out with like a few thousand, taking out tens of thousands, thousands of thousands at a time, making other armies and militaries flee. Why? Because the Most High was with them. They put their trust in him and they didn't fear. Same thing with us. All right. We put our trust in the Most High. We fear no man as we're going into battle, fighting for righteousness. Whatever is coming, we fight for what is right. We fight for what is good. We fight for righteousness, and we put our trust in the Most High because these times are coming, folks. All right. These times are coming. You see what they're trying to do with this vaccine, and you see why they're trying to do it and why they're trying to push it out fast. Why? Because more and more people are waking up, and people are fed up with the wickedness that's going on in the earth. People are fed up with the lies, the stealing, the killings, the colonization, the pedophiles and the Satanists, the witchcraft. So people are fed up with it. And that's why they're trying to push this up now, because they see that the amount of people that are fed up with this. All right. But we put our trust in the Most High, and we're not afraid of them. The Most High is going to honor and respect you. All right. You have every right to protect your life and fight for righteousness, because the Most High gave you that life to be righteous, not just for it to be taken, but to be righteous. And you have every right to protect it. You have every right to protect it. And so don't think that you're in a wrong because you choose to stand up and fight against the wicked. Nah, that's what our ancestors did. That's what our ancestors did. The greatest of our ancestors fought against wickedness. So we got to be the same way, folks. All right. We got to be the same way and fight for righteousness. All right. So don't think you're in the wrong. Trust in the Most High and be fearless. Be fearless, fam, because fear is our kryptonite. Fear is our kryptonite. And when we're fearless, the enemy runs. They run because the Most High is with us. All right, fam. So I just wanted to deliver this message for y'all in this important time period, because, you know, as we see, once again, we see this vaccination going out. We see the purpose of it. And now that you guys have seen, you know, the effects that it's had on people, you know, and what they're trying to do, you know, obviously it's a respiratory virus, which is exactly what they said. Oh, introducing them into a respiratory virus. That's the, you know, the key. I just want to bring this out so you guys know what's going on. But be fearless, fam, and continue to pray. Draw closer to the Most High. Pray against the wickedness that's going on. Pray that the Most High cleanse the earth from wickedness. Pray that he cleanses the earth from evil, from corruption, right? From sorcery, witchcraft, that he cleanses the earth from death. We got to get into prayer and pray throughout the day. You know, it's not just being on your face one time a week for an hour. No, put some time throughout the day, even if it's a quick 60-second prayer. Do 15, 60-second prayers throughout the day. 20, 15, 1 minute prayers throughout the day. You know, do that, spread that out, and do that every day. Build that communication, get it strong with the Most High. All right, and trust in him. All right, and be fearless, fam. All right, so with that being said, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, like and share this video with you know, with the family. Share it with all of our brothers and sisters so that they can be ready and so that they are on their toes, you know, ready for what is coming. All right, this is my warning. This is my warning and my preparation video for y'all for what is coming. Please prepare, please heed to the message, prepare, and be ready to stand for what is good. All right. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me at thewayeverlasting8@gmail.com. Until next time, fam, may the Most High increase you in all truth, wisdom, and understanding. May he continue to guide you. May he prosper you in all your ways, and may he provide for you in this time period that we are in. All right. So until next time, family, be increased.